this is the current situation over on my Instagram. Now, I originally shared this reel some months ago, but I reshared it a few days ago, and the algorithm did what it does, and people have started chiming in with their experiences. I want y'all to pause and read through the comments that folks are sharing with their experience with this particular brand that is claimed to be 100% natural on their website and has been found that is absolutely positively false.
Speak like you love yourself. Think like you love yourself. Eat like you love yourself. And care for your natural hair like you love yourself.
Then I want you to ask yourself, how much longer are you going to allow these brands to play with your health? How many more chances are you going to take with your scalp and hair? And what is it going to take for you to decide to become an educated and discerning consumer so that you can avoid this from happening to you ever again or ever, period, because you are consciously avoiding these unscrupulous brands? Head on over there, take a look, read through the comments. I'm sure there are more now. And let's get into the rest of the brands in this video that are playing with your health, taking out your hair, and simply not worth your money. Watch to the end to find out why some people are affected worse than others.
Oh, detox, yes, but actually target the products that are toxic. And there are a lot of them, calling themselves naturals, and they are loaded up with all these synthetic ingredients that are slowly drying out the hair. That are breaking down the cuticle.
I knew I was not crazy. My hair changed completely in a month, and I didn't know why. These were my curls 2 months ago. You can see how juicy they were, how long, how beautiful. This was the first day I started using the products on my hair. This was a week ago when I washed my hair. Yes, girl, I literally want to cry. Look at that. And this is my hair after using the products for a month. Look how empty they look. Look how the texture completely changed.
That are causing scalp issues. Changing the hair texture, that are contributing to health issues.
Even taking medication, so I don't even know why I thought any of these things, right? So then I braided my hair again and left my hair alone. And again, I was oiling my scalp. I wash my hair once a week. Literally 2 weeks ago, I took my braids out. And when I took my braids out, here's a picture. I'm going to insert the picture of when I took my hair out and what happened. When I took my hair out, I looked at my hair and I was like, this is not my hair. My hair never used to look like this.
Y'all know what happened with that one that was starts with the D and ends with the curl. And
those of us who've been in these natural hair streets for longer than a minute, we have seen this so many times before. Diva Curl, Cantu, Olaplex even, and now Miel. It's time for change.
And a lot of these ingredients are linked to serious health problems like neurotoxicity, endocrine disruption, hormone issues, cancers, things that our Relax sisters are dealing with now after years on years on years of using the relaxer products. And if we're not careful, a lot of us are going to end up there too. So
imagine going from being the #1 brand in your category with a $20 billion valuation to becoming one of the most distrusted names in beauty. This is the rise and fall of Olaplex.
products.
So we've been through the slides. We've heard the ladies telling their stories about what happened with their hair loss. And so for those of us who took the time to pause and read, we should have noticed some things. And is that all of the ingredients that I highlighted cause several health issues that can all culminate in hair loss. So we have ingredients that are toxic to our immune system. They are connected to allergies. They are disrupting our endocrine system, They are connected with neurotoxicity, organ toxicity, reproductive toxicity. Some of them are even connected with cancer. They have contaminants that are cancerous. What else? They're toxic to the environment. And of course, they're irritants to the eyes, skin, or lungs. So we have ingredients in these slides, in these products, that are connected to all of that.
Don't believe everything you see on a product that you're buying, because we're being exposed to really toxic chemicals that we know cause harm.
Dr. Yvonne Burkhardt is a toxicologist
whose groundbreaking research has unveiled the shocking truth about the hidden risks of toxins found in everyday products.
and what we can do about it.
We don't know what we're exposing ourselves to, because by law in Europe and in the US, manufacturers do not have to disclose certain ingredients. But we finally have proof that there are links to increased rates of cancer, infertility, obesity.
Something quite startling that I read when I was going through all of your work is that beauty and hair products marketed to Black women often contain the most toxic ingredients.
Yes, that is known as environmental injustice. So that's one of the, I would say, the most tragic circumstances that we're facing as a society, is that the people who are exposed to the most amount of toxins are low-income people and people in ethnic groups. And so some of these products that are marketed specifically to Black girls contain some of the worst ingredients I have ever seen. And I think it should be outlawed. Like you said, the fragrances, the endocrine disruptors, these harsh detergents, some formaldehyde releasers. Formaldehyde's a human carcinogen. What place does it have in a beauty and personal care product? It doesn't. It needs to be removed. There needs to be better regulations and better protection for vulnerable populations.
I was doing some research and I looked at Harvard Health, and it said 50% of products advertised to Black women contain endocrine disruptors, which are those disruptors that are going to impact their hormones, increase their chance of things like cancer, infertility, etc., compared to roughly 7% that are advertised to white women. And these endocrine disruptors can impact fertility and increase their chance of getting cancer. Why is that? Why is that the case?
I think it has to do a lot with the types of products that certain demographics would gravitate towards. So depending on your hair type, what kind of products you might need, there really is no explanation to why these toxic chemicals are in those products in particular in such high numbers. That's really the problem, is why is it more prevalent for those populations than others? And I think this is an ongoing societal issue of environmental injustice and, to a certain extent, environmental racism.
It really is. Yeah, you said it's a form of racism, and it's a form of sort of environmental injustice. Are people aware of this?
I don't think so. I think the vast majority of people are entirely unaware of this, and studies show it. There are studies showing that the earlier you start using cosmetic products, the higher your chance of coming down with breast cancer. And the people who had the highest prevalence were African American females. So I think it's a combination of the fact that there is some level of racism, environmental injustice, but also a cultural and societal preference for certain products.
So Black women are at the highest risk of getting breast cancer under the age of 40?
Yes.
And as a toxicologist, was there anything that you needed to relearn or re-understand based on your training that you've discovered wasn't true?
I had to relearn almost everything because as a scientist, I was trained as a toxicologist day one to follow the path that and the belief that the dose makes the poison, that the more you're exposed to a chemical, the more severe the outcome. And that's not always true.
Like, this toxicologist is she's accurate and she's brave and she's rare in her field, because most people are not going to blow up the spot on where they make their money. They're just, if they're even intelligent enough to spot the inconsistencies, they're just going to be quiet and make their money and, deal with whatever guilt they may or may not have about it. So I appreciate her speaking out and getting more information out to the masses.
Many corporations take advantage of the consumers without them realizing it's taking place. Over the last few years, many class action lawsuits have been filed against the makers of shampoo and hair products containing DM-diemhydantin and sodium lauryl sulfate. DM-diemhydantin works by releasing small amounts of formaldehyde, causing harmful side effects, such as hair loss and scalp irritation. And SLS is an ingredient used in shampoos to trap dirt, which also causes skin to become irritated. In 2016, Johnson & Johnson acquired Vogue International for $3.3 billion and assumed ownership for the OGX hair product line. Since the acquisition, J&J has continued marketing and selling OGX hair products to both men and women seeking smooth, shiny, soft, healthy hair. Then they turn around and sell products like Rogaine, which is the brand name version of minoxidil, the over-the-counter topical drug that can help treat hair loss. But unfortunately, it's not just Johnson & Johnson who's facing these lawsuits for putting these type of ingredients within their hair care products. Here's a couple of the brands that are facing the same class action lawsuits over the last few years.
Why are these products impacting some people in these ways and not others? The answer is very simple. It's due to our unique body chemistry and toxicity. Everybody's body chemistry and levels of toxins are different. So, your body chemistry is made up of several factors, including your height, weight, your genetics, allergens, and existing toxicity levels of the same origin and or different origin that may be reacting with these other toxins that your body is coming in contact with through repeated use of these products. So this rather combative and egotistical cosmetic chemist on Threads tried it with me, y'all. She basically made a comment about how difficult it would be to sue Mio Organics, and I came in and said it actually isn't. And these lawsuits are settled all the dang time. But her comment about the poison being in the dose made my whole entire point. Like, I really believe she thought she was telling me something I didn't already know. You did not say these products are perfectly safe and they're not toxic. You literally typed the poison is in the dose, and that is all we need to know. So this is important to understand because it means that it will take different doses or levels of exposure to certain toxins for people to show symptoms, not that the substances are not poisonous, aka toxic themselves. So I really want you all to sit with that. And in my document that I created to put all of this in one place, I went on to list 2 examples of toxicity that I think that we all can understand. And the first one is alcohol intoxication, right? Those of us who drink, let's get into it. So some people can have 2 drinks and others can have 5 before showing signs of being drunk. And drunk is not the worst symptom of alcohol intoxication, but prolonged use in various doses, depending on the person, can result in mental confusion, difficulty remaining conscious, vomiting, seizures, trouble breathing, slow heart rate, clammy skin, dulled responses such as no gag reflex, which prevents you from choking, extremely low body temperature, and liver cirrhosis. Alcohol overdose can lead to permanent brain damage or death. So that's something that all of us can understand. So if you relate it to people's different body chemistry and their exposure to these toxins in these products, because they are indeed toxic ingredients, then you can begin to understand how come some people are being affected and worse than others. And of course, their unique body chemistry, but also, how often they're using these products, how much they're touching these things, how they're coming in contact with these same toxins or other toxins via other sources. Like, all of this matters. But alcohol intoxication is a great example of how, something that seems as harmless as 1 or 2 drinks here or there is not a problem. But if you start drinking too much, exposing yourself to alcohol too much, it's a big problem. When doing my research into the brands to recommend to you all in this ebook, this is circa 2022, early 2023. I reviewed over 55 brands at the time. Now I'm up to over 100 because I'm constantly looking for brands that I can confidently recommend to you all and know that they will be safe for your scalp, for your hair, for your health. But at that time when I was writing this book, I cried at the number of brands that I just could not even include in the book. And I focused on Black-owned natural hair brands because in my mind, after retiring from the chair, I'm going to release this offering to those who need it. And we're going to, support our Black-owned brands and, have healthy natural hair, have good health. And there were just so many brands that have so many toxins in them that I could not include that
in the book. I've been getting an increase in hair healing consultations, and what I am noticing is around years 4 to 6, some of my new clients are experiencing breakage. They're experiencing thinning. They're losing density even though they're gaining length. Some are even losing hair at the scalp. And so they are reaching out to me to figure out why. And of course, my hair healing plans encompass some dietary changes, right? Because I want to make sure you're getting the proper nutritional support. But what I want to make sure that you all understand is that when you have a combination regimen of synthetics and natural, the natural products that you're using are only mitigating the damage that the synthetic products are doing. They are not preventing it, and they're definitely not reversing it unless you have very targeted methods that you're using. So the damage that you would see at year 2 if you were just strictly synthetic, maybe it doesn't appear to year 5 or 6. Now, these time frames will vary depending on the products that you're using and other factors. But I want to make sure that we all understand that if you want to avoid the damage, you're going to have to remove the damaging products from your regimen. There's no other way around it. You eliminate the problem, you automatically improve your results. The other piece that I think we're all forgetting here is that it's not just about hair. A lot of the ingredients in these products are impacting your hormones. They're impacting your nervous systems. They are adding toxins to your body system that contribute to cancers and other disease. So if you're ready to level up your natural hair care regimen, grab the ebook. Need some one-on-one? Request a hair healing consultation. A healthier hair journey awaits. Holistic health consultation is for those of you who know you want to make some improvements in your overall health, but you just need a guide along the way. Whatever it is your health goal, I'm happy to be your guide. And I thank you all for watching. I hope you found this informative. I hope it activates you to get more serious about your health, from your scalp all the way down to your toes.
In my experience and observation, these big box brands are failing regardless of who owns them and what celebrity face is attached to them. They're failing because more and more naturals are prioritizing our health. It's not just about the look of our hair, it's about the overall condition of our health. And what that means is that we are scrutinizing.
Okay, so not only do I agree with her, but I definitely have to give my 2 cents on this. So big box brands right now, they're made of cheaper ingredients, celebrities that's just doing the heavy lifting for it, and it's private label, right, of formulas that are being repeated, the same thing, and they just simply just add something new or add a name in there, just to kind of give it fluff. And that's simply why some brands feel disconnected now, because today's women, we want ingredients that's going to respect our scalp, improve our health, or at least respect our health, and are not cheap fillers. And I promise y'all, a lot of big box brands right now, they're using cheaper fillers. That's why smaller brands, companies sometimes cost a little more, because we're not using fillers. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of this new era, because this new era of women who we're becoming right now, we're informed, we're choosing better, and we're doing better for ourselves on purpose. And that's what brings me joy. So I just had to chime in and share what I thought about this.
And what that means is that we are scrutinizing ingredients. We are taking stock of the overall condition of our hair and evaluating, is my hair in any significantly better condition from using this product that has marketed itself as the next unique big thing at top dollar, might I add? And the answer is no. So we're leaving them on the shelf. We are placing our health first. We are placing the condition of our hair first. And we are moving in a direction that is more honoring and harmonious with the environment and the wildlife and what's best for the planet. So cultural currency or not, you bring us better ingredients. You bring us products that will produce optimal results for our hair, and we will bring you our dollars.
Your health is your divine gift and your earthly responsibility. Let's journey together to the highest version of yourself. I will see y'all on the next one.